Yesterday, I made $1,800 selling PDFs as a lazy individual. As you can see here, let me do a refresh for y'all. Looking delicious. So, look, the laziest way that I can think of in today's online world is selling PDFs. Now, you're wondering, what is this PDF? I mean, there are so many things that are inside the PDF that you could sell, but one of the most popular ones are birthday invitations. As you can see here, I'm on Etsy just browsing. I typed in happy birthday and I found a slew of top selling birthday invitations. These are all digital files as PDFs, right? And then I came across this store right here, silly store called Let Us Build a House, right? Silly, right? And then I find out they've made a whopping $410,000 from an average $7 PDF of what, you may be wondering? Of birthday invitations. Here we have a Father's Day card, funny Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's, Christmas cards. You get the point. Everything birthday card related. So $410,000 from these silly little PDFs, and they're still making 8K a month. Now, just for reference, this is a software called Everbee. It gives about a 70 to 80% accurate estimation on a store sale. So it may not be exactly 410K, but still, even if it's 300K, it's still 300K from lazy PDFs, right? So you can actually do this with a very simple AI tool called Playground. Now, the reason why I like Playground is it gives you a bunch of templates and you can just go in, modify them to your liking, and then resell them. Now, before we continue, keep this in mind. AI, you can make millions and millions of variations of these so-called birthday PDFs, right? So if there's millions of combinations, I can make videos like this teaching everyone, and everyone will eat because there's no saturation. Everyone can be in their own lane making money. That's what's so beautiful about AI. And that's also why it's such an amazing, lazy way to start making money, right? So let's say, browsing here, we want to go down we want to target 50-year-old people. They turn 50 and you want to add some funniness to it. So here we have a flamingo themed one. Now, what's cool about the AI is I can play around with the style. I can do like coloring lines. I can play around with it. I can also put a top hat on the flamingo and just let this load. Um, it's pretty crazy what's possible just browsing this, right? Like, even if I were to visit Etsy and I would type in 50th birthday, right? You can see there's a lot of demand for people turning 50 years old. So I can easily start by selling this kind of stuff. Now, here's my flamingo. I can say put a top hat on the flamingo. Let's do that. Just bear with me. You know, because tools like this exist, the learning curve is shortened, right? You can easily pump out designs because, if we go back to those stores, I mean, to make this business work, you need to be pumping a lot of listings, For them to have made 62,000 sales selling these silly invitations, they have only had to post 500 times. So you post 500 times to make 62,000 sales, which is equivalent to about a quarter million, 300,000 in revenue, right? So you have to keep that in mind. But, let's be honest, this is a pretty old store. They're not really leveraging tools like this. But with tools like Playground AI, it's not even been like 5 minutes. I've already made one design. So imagine how quickly I can pump out 500 listings like this and, get a slice of this pie, right? Do you see what's possible when you have shortcuts with AI, right? Now, I want to show you something about why it's so crucial to learn these tools. And I'll keep yapping about this. People should know this, okay? So, this individual right here, his name is Jeffrey Hinton. He's like the OG. He's the pioneer behind AI, Siri on your phone, Google Map, voice assistance, voice recognition, even image recognition, right? He is the godfather of AI, right? He's the first guy behind all of this. Now, his predictions, which usually are going to happen, AI will surpass human intelligence. And guess what? When your job and life gets involved, what are you going to do? You're going to get replaced, you're going to compete, or you can adapt. One of the easiest ways to adapt is just know how to use these tools. Just knowing how to use these tools can help you. Even if you're making a bit of money, you're getting a slice of the pie, right? You're getting a slice of this pie, even if it's 500 a month, that could go a long way. An extra 500 a month, cover some groceries, cover some bills. At least you are protecting yourself in some way. You're making some sort of effort, right, to make an income using AI as it takes over humanity, right? So, and it sounds kind of crazy, like a flamingo with a top hat could be your ticket to, building something that could protect you against AI and losing your job. Because, this silly design in front of you caters millions of people turning 50 because they might love flamingos with top hats, right? And it's so simple. Like once I'm done with this, I can just export by pressing this button. The quality of this will increase and the background will be removed, and I can start selling it right away. And then I can sell digital versions of these birthday invitations. Now, this store I'm showing you, they sell physical invitations, but you can just sell digital PDF versions of these. And then customers, they like to print it out on their own. It's a whole market. It's known as the printable market. So you can take advantage. There's endless combinations, right? I mean, I can even type in flamingo birthday invitation, right? The opportunities are literally endless. Like, look at this. There's a market for flamingo birthday invitations. Who would have thought? There's a market for anything. Now, even though you're seeing all these people selling flamingo stuff, well, guess what? It's not saturated because you're going to be the person selling the flamingo with a top hat only for 50-year-olds. You see how the combinations are endless? So you can still get some sort of slice of the pie and make this business work. And I'm lazy too. And in seconds, I'm just using this AI to generate these templates for me. All right. I can do what would normally take hours to make, right? I'm just doing it in seconds with Playground. This is probably the best lazy AI business out there. Find me something more lazy that works. And if you don't believe me, it works. I'm going to open my Discord. We actually have a program where we teach people how to do this one-on-one. And if I open my Discord, you can see the wins. Jaden made his first sale doing this lazy PDF method in 30 minutes. Or Ain making 100 sales while she's sleeping. Or Arasek, her first 2 orders. Or Miss Curious making her first 10 sales. Or Love making his 50th sales. Or Dimitri making 2 organic sales. I mean, I can keep scrolling. And, I can dedicate a whole video to this, right? To show you what's possible. Bao making 800. I mean, all of this is done through a lazy AI method to sell these digital PDFs. It's super simple, right? But I'm not going to scroll forever. You have places to be. I have places to be. I'm just showing you how anyone can get into this because AI allows you to enter such a market. So if I were you, get on Playground, start making some basic invitations, and that's pretty much it. Subscribe. I'll see you to my next video.